Everybody smiles in the same language. A smile, let your light come shining through.
Welcome to the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow podcast. I'm Sandra M., coming to you from Santa Fe, New Mexico, the land of enchantment. I interview people from all parts of the world about what happiness means to them. What are they in love with? In each episode, we'll give you a key to happiness to include in your life, and of course, we'll play a happy tune from my live Celebrate Happiness Roadshow.
A smile doesn't cost you anything.
Welcome to the third season of the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow podcast. And don't forget to catch up on any episodes from seasons 1 and 2 you might have missed. Today we're talking with William Glaser, who was born into a large and still very close family of 7 siblings and raised in a small town in West Virginia on the Ohio River. After graduating in philosophy in 1972 from Carnegie Mellon University, he headed west to Santa Fe, New Mexico. It was in Santa Fe that Bill became a carpenter, opened a small construction business, and met and married his future wife, Adele. Together, Bill and Adele joined a small group of followers of a mystical philosopher, G.I. Gurdjieff, and studied his teachings for 10 years. Together, Bill and Adele had 2 beautiful children, Emily and Ross. Emily, an adventurer while in college, began traveling the world, Europe, Africa, China, Nepal, India, Vietnam, to name a few places, and is currently living in Santa Fe and is an Ayurvedic practitioner. Ross moved further west to Oregon to be near the ocean and is deceased. Bill and Adele have always held spirituality at the center of their life together. They have been members of Unity Spiritual Center in Santa Fe for 24 years and have studied A Course in Miracles and regularly participated in dances of universal peace for many, many years. Welcome, Bill, to the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow podcast. I'm excited to talk with you about happiness and how it manifests in your life.
Okay.
Tell me.
I think I'm a very happy person, and I have many things that make me happy. I have a wonderful wife that I love, and we've been together for many years, and that's a very, it's something that's, it's just something that is so reassuring and something I really do love my wife. So that's very important. And I have a very wonderful family. And my wife's family is also very, very wonderful. They're and so that is really very good. I had an interesting thing happen recently. We've been moving, and so we moved into a new house recently. And I came across this book that my sister did for me. It was 25 years ago, and it was a book where she asked people to write letters to talk about their relationship with me and talk about me, and she had all these letters in a book. and I came across this, and there were also photographs. And I came across that, and I started reading the letters and looking at the pictures, and it was from 25 years ago. And and it was such a good thing to do. And I read every letter, and it left me with such a feeling of gratitude for my life. I guess it wasn't, I mean, the people that read the letters, they could have written the letters, currently. Not much has changed. They said, Bill, you're a good spirit, you're energetic, you do a lot of things, you're very active and things like that. But it just made me realize that what a gift it's been to be me for all those years. I just thought it was a wonderful, wonderful thing, and it really did make me feel such gratitude. And I think gratitude comes from being happy and having a life that you enjoy and that you feel is important, and you feel connected. So that was something that I really liked.
How wonderful.
I
have a question for you.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question here? So you said gratitude leads to comes as a result of happiness, and that the happiness for you came from feeling important. Your life was important, that you were connected, and I'm always very fascinated with this idea of being connected. Because, we have so many different levels of that, connected to ourselves, connected to your wife, who you love so much. You have a big family, right? 7 brothers and sisters. Are they all still alive?
They're all still alive, yes.
Right. So could you elaborate a little bit on what it means to be connected for you?
Well, let's see. I guess I feel that it's connected is enjoying that person's company, is being able to do things for a person, to be helpful, and to know that the person is somebody you can call on if you need something. So that's I feel that's true. I feel connected is an interesting word, because in addition to people that I know and I'm very close to, you might say special relationships. In addition to that, I have I have really I feel like I love everyone. I have an inclination to see people in a good way, and I have many examples of that. We're right now. I'm in a small group at my church, and the group I'm facilitating the group. And the title of this group, I gave the title of Talking to Strangers. And the idea is to whenever you're given an opportunity to try to bring up a conversation with somebody that you don't know, somebody that you might be sitting next to in a waiting room, or somebody that you might be in line with, and just have a conversation. And that's been it's been a very, very good experience. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, I always talk to strangers," or "I've done that often," but the idea of my group is that people talk to strangers not for any reason, not to try to tell them something, or not even to try to find out something, but just to connect, just to make a connection with them, to make so that you and that person touch each other in a certain way. And when you leave that sometimes very brief encounter, you feel like you've been added to, you've been given something, or you received something. And I feel like that is it's such a simple thing, but it's very rewarding. And something I think about is the next person that stranger encounters. How will their encounter be affected by what you and that person had previously? In other words, the ripple effect, or something like that. And we never really know what that. We never really know what that is. But I really believe that it's there. That people can be uplifted, or just in even a small way, or in a big way. And they will share that. They will pass that on. And I feel like that's an example of being connected that is very brief, very brief. It might not lead to anything. You might never see that person again. And yet something happened that is positive. Is positive. And like I said earlier, I really do feel like I feel like I love everyone. I don't have any enemies, really. I have people I had difficulties with, but I think I have a very much a willingness to see their, if I don't like their behavior, to see it as something that it's all they're really capable of, or something like that. Seeing them in that way, and knowing that. So anyway, that's something that I think that's very important for being happy.
Right.
Being, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, if you go at life that you love everyone, which I think is not. Most people don't go at life that way. They go at the judging people. Most people judge other people. I know myself, even myself. I mean, I have to stop myself from. It's not that you judge them, but you just make associations with something that you know from another situation and so forth. And I think, do you think our culture sort of makes people feel that they have to judge others because we're a competitive society? I mean, how did you come to this concept of that you just love everyone, or you see them in their own light? This is what they're capable of, or so forth, so that you're seeing them in a field of light.
Well,
Is that
I'm not sure. I'm not sure of that. I don't think. I think we judge people very, very automatically. Judgment just comes up. I can remember one time I was in the gym and a man walked into the gym and I immediately didn't like the way he looked. I thought the way he was dressed, something about it I just didn't like it, and I was thinking something like what a funny guy that is, or what a creepy guy that is, and I caught myself and I said, wow, why am I judging him? And so what I did when I caught myself was I walked over to him and put out my hand and said, "Hi, I'm Bill." And he shook my hand and told me his name. And when I did that judgment just totally disappeared. It totally disappeared. I felt like it had no value at all. The way he was dressed, I didn't care at all about the way he was dressed.
right?
And so, yeah.
Because he became a person, right? You connected with him energetically, even just shaking his hand.
He became a person. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Because before, all I saw was an outfit that he had on. So I thought
right.
and so that's
an outfit that you probably would never wear, right?
Yeah, something I wouldn't wear. Yeah, because that would strike me as So that was so.
And that's when we all do that. I think I wanted to go back to this concept because I think it's very unusual. I've interviewed a number of male men, and one of the men that I interviewed was the head of an organization on kindness, and his wife had been killed in a Southwest Airlines accident that was very dramatic and so forth, and she was young. And, of course, they had to pay a lot of money for this because it was the Southwest Airlines fault. And he set up a foundation, a kindness foundation, because she was so loved by so many people, and she was so open and so giving to people. And he said, as a man, he found it very much more difficult to carry on her ability to be kind to everybody, because the male structure, or the culture, I should say, did not support men being kind and loving. They questioned it. They made him sometimes look like the odd person out at a party and that sort of thing, where his wife, who was so loved for she was able to do this so easily, and she was never judged for doing it. So I was wondering what your thought is on that.
Well, I have a hard time. I don't feel that is necessarily something that is only that people expect women to be that way, but not men. I guess I don't feel that way. I don't see things that way. I know this. I know men are less inclined to conversation than women. Women seem like they engage in conversation maybe more. Most men are maybe more reserved. But I don't know that kindness is something that is more prevalent in women. I wouldn't agree with that. I don't think. I guess. So I don't know. That's
good. And why don't you agree with it? Tell me why. Because I want our listeners to hear you say about this, because I agree with you. I think there's a lot of men who are very kind. It's just and very caring. Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, yes, I do too. I do too. Yeah, my father was a very kind man. He would do, he would do anything for anyone, but he also was not a very good conversationalist. He didn't have a lot to say a lot of times. When I would call home, he would ask me a couple questions and then he'd hand the phone to my mom, So he wasn't a big conversationalist, but he was very, very kind, and he would do anything, for me or for anybody he knows. He was very, very generous, but not real talkative. I remember that about him. So another thing I'm thinking of just now about being happy is there's a lot of things I like to do. I enjoy. One is my profession as a builder. I really did enjoy my work when it was going well. I would say there's always a lot of problems when you're doing construction, and you've got to deal with problems almost every day. But I enjoyed my work a lot, and I still do that kind of work even though I'm retired. I still have opportunities which I really enjoy. I really enjoy that, and I'm very grateful for my health. I think that's an important thing. Not being healthy can be a challenge for people about them finding happiness if they're not healthy. That can be a real challenge, and I don't have that challenge, but I can be. If I know people that are not that healthy and have a lot of health issues, and so I can very much sympathize, and but it is a very important thing to have your health, and so I am lucky in that way. I'm lucky. And I'm very active. I like to ride a bicycle. I ride anywhere I can go on a bicycle. I do, and if I don't have to drive, I'll go on my bike. And I like to play cards, and I have a couple of groups of people that I do that with, and I enjoy.
What's your favorite game?
What's
your favorite game? What is your favorite game?
We play bridge. Bridge. Yeah, my parents were big bridge players, and so I got that from them. They both loved bridge. So so that's always good, and I'm still able to play tennis, so I enjoy that too. So
in your intro, I wanted to bring this forward because in your intro you talked about the fact that when your wife studied a Course of Miracles, and I think our listeners would be very interested to know how that influences your very positive. It just seems to me you just enjoy your life, and a lot of people don't have that luxury, as you say, for various reasons. How did the Course of Miracles, could you explain what that is, number one, and then how did that help you or influence you in any way?
Well, the main message of the Course of Miracles is that we are not we are not aware or realize our true identity. We think our identity is all tied up with what we do and how we look and our physical appearance. And it says that our identity is that is all either exterior or it's a it uses the word illusion, but our true self is an invisible spirit. We're invisible and we're spirit, and that spirit will not die. Our bodies will die, but the spirit does not. And the other thing in Course in Miracles is that it's all about forgiveness, and forgiveness is a way of letting go of appearances. That's really what forgiveness is. It's releasing appearances, because everything that we can't forgive is all about the physical world. It's what they did, what they said, what happened, that it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. All those things are about the physical world, and forgiveness allows us to let go of that and be present. So that's, I'd say, what the Course in Miracles is about. And then when I first started reading the Course in Miracles, and I right away just loved what I was hearing, and I'd always been interested in philosophy and that kind of thing, but the Course in Miracles seemed like it had so much there was so much good in that, and so seeing people, seeing beyond appearances, and you might even say like the man that I judged in the gymnasium, and I didn't like what his outfit, but that's a real small example, but so that the Course in Miracles has been very, very important for me and for my life. So yeah.
So when I listen to you talk, I hear that you had a very loving upbringing. Your parents were very caring and loving and supportive of you. Is that correct?
That is true. Yeah. Yes, they were. They were.
That is so important.
Yeah, it is. It was being in a large family. I think we bonded together. The siblings bonded together. I think, and like our parents didn't. Today, it seems like today, parents will have almost like a different relationship with their children. They'll do things with a child or something like that, one-on-one, and my parents didn't do that. We were always the kids were always kind of grouped together, and I feel like we created strong bonds, and we're still very close today. So that's really a good thing, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
So.
And I think when people start out from the base of love, they understand what it means. And so many of us, myself included, did not start out from a base of love. And so I had to learn what that meant. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out, because when you say things like, I just love everyone, you know, to be that open and that free in your feelings, I think you have to have had the experience of being loved. And I think many people do not have that wonderful experience of being loved when they're young.
That's
I
true.
mean,
Yeah.
really young. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm one of those people, so I understand what that means. But I have taken time to understand that, you know, if you're not loved as a child for whatever reasons, you can love yourself. You can learn to love yourself. You can learn to love others. You can learn, in other words, you don't have to be the result. It's not fate that you will be such and such because you were not loved. Or the other thing is self-esteem. A lot of people don't have self-esteem. They don't have confidence because they were not loved as a child.
Wow.
And it happens a lot. And I can remember going to an orphanage. When I was young, I was working in an orphanage. And I thought to myself, well, these people didn't even have parents, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, so I think you're a very blessed person, and I'm so happy to be able to talk to you. I'm wondering if you have any thoughts that you'd like to leave us with as we close our conversation.
Well, I guess, and I kind of forgot this, but you mentioned it, is self-love. Self-love is really the basis of, if you don't love yourself, you won't live the life you're supposed to live, the life that you're capable of living. And so self-love is, I would say, the basis, the foundation of a good life, of a happy life, and that is, and self-love. Another way to put that, I would say, is acceptance. You accept yourself. You know your faults, your flaws. You know your tendencies, and you're able to still I believe we're loved by our higher self, regardless of how we're acting or how we're behaving. And the more we can accept and love ourselves, the closer we come to that true identity of who we are. That's what I would.
Invisible spirit, that invisible spirit that you spoke about?
That we are, yes. The spirit that that cannot die, will not die. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. And we're here to experience as much as we can. We chose to come here. I believe that. And and so difficulties can be gifts for us, because it keeps us moving. It keeps us moving forward. If we don't get stuck, I guess. If we don't get stuck, it's so yeah. So that's. But yeah, self-love.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, it's been
self-love is a wonderful way to end on that concept. Self-love. I think that is a wonderful message, and thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Sandra, for inviting me. Thank you.
Monthly Keys to Happiness. Create a thought list. Take control of your thoughts. At the start of each month, make a short list of happy memories or things you're looking forward to on a small piece of paper or on your phone.
And when you find yourself waiting for a ride, standing in line at the grocery store, or just with a few minutes to kill, break out the list.
You can even use it when you're just generally feeling down and need to change up your thoughts.
Newsflash! Please sign up for your copy of our Keys to Happiness at sandramcknight.com. Thank you for tuning into Season 3 of the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow podcast. And if you enjoyed the conversation, please help spread the word by sharing with your friends and family. And don't forget to catch up on any episodes from Seasons 1 and 2 that you might have missed. Before we go, I'd like to thank today's guest, Bill Glaser, for sharing his happiness story. And to share your happiness story on the Celebrate Happiness Roadshow podcast, send an email to sandra@sandramcknight.com.
Turn your smile on, you can't go wrong. You'll find that love is all around. Follow your bliss, no one is against you.